Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk here on Shelbyville Now. I'm David Thomas. This is Mr. Bo Gill.
Hello.
Bo, we got a few things happening. I know we've got to talk about some state politics, and we're going to talk about some local issues.
Yes.
And to start off with, we're going to give a little update. Today, there was a hearing on the Uncle Nearest, the farm credit versus Uncle Nearest situation that's taking place. Mm-hmm. The hearing lasted for about 2 hours. Judge is going to come back with some sort of game plan for the both parties for this case, so there can be some resolution and a move forward. And we will have more on that and an update and give some more details on Saturday on the weekend wrap up.
We'll have more of someone that was right there, which Mr. Blevins was. So he's going to go into the weeds and the details on all that.
Yeah, he'll talk about what took place
but
and where we're headed.
But they did go to court today, and the judge did say he's giving them a 2-week kind of a, I guess you'd say, a delay or reset.
Well, he's got to take time to go through it all.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this stuff he hadn't gone through.
No, I mean, nor should he.
And he heard the testimony. So,
yes.
So we'll move on from that. We'll be covering that Saturday.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned Saturday for that.
Governor's race. There's some names that's come out this past week.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing we've got some names coming out. You know, as our governor, whether you hate him or like him, he's been in there for 2 terms. That's Bill Lee. He will no longer be able to run.
It's time for him
to go out. So we've got, I guess everybody heard the big news this week. Marsha. So Marsha is throwing her hat in there officially.
I'm out.
Yeah, you know, Marsha is Marsha. She's pretty much, if you want to say she's down the middle.
She's a career politician. She needs to go. She's a clone of Mitch McConnell.
She is. She's done good things, I guess, and bad things, but she's awful. Anyways, there's John Rose is also a Republican, and he is the Tennessee 6th congressional.
I don't know about him. What's he?
He's he's more of a conservative on the line, but there's nobody that I would put my conservative stamp on for. John Rose.
Right, yeah.
But from those two, I would say probably John Rose. Now, you have a few potential ones, which is Joe Baker. He's an attorney. But the names that stand out would be Trey Hargett. He's the current Secretary of State of Tennessee. And P. Hegseth, as his name is in the hat.
Secretary of Defense.
I don't see that, but I don't know.
I don't think he's ever going to walk away from the job he's got now.
I don't either. And of course, there's Cameron Sexton, who is Speaker of the House. His name's in there. Tim Burchett named. There's a few that's declined. Mark Green, Bill Haggerty, Diana Harsh-Barger, and Glenn Jacobs, better known as Kane for the WWE fans. He has declined that. So you've also got the other side. Let's look at the other side of the ticket.
I don't want to look at the other side.
I don't either, but you got Jerry Green. She's a Memphis city councilor, and she is the only one that has declared, and that is what we got. So it's Marsha or Mr. Rose, but I just have a feeling that we're not done with hearing who's at.
There'll be somebody else come in here.
Yeah, and I just don't. With those two, it doesn't feel right.
What about Jim Cooper? We were talking about him, the possibility of him. All right, so how old is he? He's up in his 70s.
He's in his 70s. He's 71 years old.
Here's the way I look at it.
He is a lifetime politician.
I'm 63 years old. I consider myself too old for that job. I think we need somebody in their 40s.
We do.
Somebody that's got a mindset and it's in touch with what's real and what's not, and somebody's not caught up in the political game. All these people that we've thrown out there, they're career politicians for the most part. They play a game that nobody else understands, and it's out of touch with reality.
What you've got there is just dyed-in-the-wool Republicans that are just soft as can be. You have nobody with independent thought that comes with their own thought, like a Trump, somebody like that. He happens to be under the National Republican umbrella, but he's pretty much his own person. Tennessee needs a young, not scared to talk, independent mind thinker that's conservative and that knows this state. These softies that go one way and then this way. Look, I get it. There's other side. There is another side, and there's a way to work with another side. I'm talking citizens on the other side. You know, those that want. But you can't kowtow with the Constitution. I think what we've got now with Governor Lee, he has done okay. He hadn't been my most favorite, but you know what? He's done a pretty darn good job. But Tennessee is
I'll give him a C. I'll give him a C.
See, I'll give him a B. Look, we're a conservative state. We want to continue that. We don't want what New York's got going on up there. So right now, that's what we got.
The one thing that sent me from a B minus to a C was this deal with the voucher system. He was trying to appease people. He basically started a program that's really not a program. We have 20,000 people. That's like just a tiny fraction.
Yes.
And he gave all the teachers a $2,000 bribe.
Yes.
Yeah. To try to get them to be quiet about it because they all oppose it. Yes. All right. So he's going to try to buy them off and then start a little program over here. He's trying to appease the right conservatives, and he's also trying to appease the left lunatics.
And he did a good job at it.
And I'm not calling. I'm being facetious here.
No, I know.
He's trying to say we're going to make everybody happy, and he didn't make anybody happy in the process.
And he never will, and you never will.
You can't.
But I like strong, independent. I like just either, well, we're not going to do this, we're going to do that. Be an independent servant that can make decisions not based on the most popular thing, but what you think's right for the department that you're heading, which happens to be the state of Tennessee. I just
all right. We got issues with our education system here in the state and here in Bedford County, and we won't dive into that. But it's one of those things. It's a demographic issue. It's not an educator issue.
Yes.
We have parent issues, of course, it always will, but we have a demographic issue and how to handle it.
Yes.
We won't dive into that.
No, we might sometime.
But that's honestly, the thought process on the voucher system is free market system in the education where you can choose a school. The schools that are doing the best are the ones that's going to fill up.
That's right.
All right. And then at the same time, what that does, it yanks the carpet out from some of these other schools, and it turns them into underperforming schools.
That's right.
So you got a whole ball of wax there.
You do.
That I think you just improve upon the system you have.
I think you do.
The concept of those vouchers to me is a good idea. But when you start talking about the education of our children,
yes,
parents do need to have more involvement and more input, but it needs to be at our local county public school level. There are private schools out there,
yes,
and that's for some people, and they cost a lot of money. But the public system needs to improve and build on what we've got now, and it's going to take those parents to get in there and help instead of hinder. Yes. And that's my spiel on that. Yeah. All right. One other thing, today was a day where going to the national scene and talking about Trump, the tariff thing, the soapbox I've been on and can't get off of.
Tariff Thursday.
All right. So, we had yesterday an increase on Indian products coming into the United States. Went from 25% tariff to 50% tariff, and that kicked into gear. It goes into effect on August 26th. Mm. So you still are left hanging on a limb here, and you don't know what it's going to be. It's 25% now.
A lot of the companies are probably thinking 50. They're probably reverting to the worst case scenario.
Well, you got your large companies that are going to absorb a lot of this, while all the small companies go out of business, and then they're going to hammer everybody. Okay, and that's what we've got going on. And the general public, we were talking before, Bo,
they have no clue.
Still do not understand that a tariff on a product coming into the United States is a tax on the American people.
Right.
And that happened. The last time we had it was in the Great Depression.
Yeah, we're not used to tariffs around here. And when I grew up, think of tariffs as, let's throw a tariff to them. That'll get them. That'll teach them. But now here we are in 2025, and we're talking tariffs.
We're talking about reality.
And we're talking about reality and what's really happening. And you showing me what a tariff really is on the invoice that you are receiving.
Yeah.
So that is like real as it can get.
Yeah, it's money. It comes out of the checking account.
And I'm wondering why we're not, pushing back more for this. I love Trump and what Trump's done. I mean, I can't say enough of I'm glad of several things, but he's not above criticism. And I think this is one area where a lot of us conservatives really need to be heard and to be loud and to get our voice heard, because this is going to be a tax on the American people. Maybe you're not feeling it yet. I think a lot of us are. There's a slow drip going up, but it's about to get out of hand. I mean, you're talking India, 50%. I mean, that's a lot of pharmaceuticals. I mean,
that's another thing. Let's talk about pharmaceuticals. All right. I know Trump had a project in place during the campaign, and I think in the early part of his administration, we're going to try to reduce the cost of prescription drugs. Yeah. And then you threaten to put a tariff on the EU and India, our two largest suppliers of these prescription drugs, putting a 200% tariff on those products coming into the United States, what's going to take, that'll triple our prices, Bo.
That is going to do the opposite of what he is wanting to do.
Okay.
Look, and it's not a matter of taste or a matter of opinion. It's a matter of fact.
It's just the way it is. All right. So this is still yet to play out.
That's right.
And if you go to Walmart, look, there's prices that are going up. I think we've gotten so used to prices going up for the last 4 or 5 years that when it goes up now, we don't think anything about it. Oh, it's just that inflation continuing. Well, it's tariff driven now.
And we're wondering why we don't have any money left over at the end of the day.
And then the numbers that our government puts out as far as economics is all fiction.
Mm-hmm.
This week, the Travel Bureau in Las Vegas came out and they said our guests that are coming in, our tourism numbers are 20% down from last year. 20%, Bo.
That is huge. I mean, you thinking 20% on a Vegas level is just crazy. Look, I'm not traveling as much. I didn't go anywhere this summer. We're going a big family, all of our family, to the Great Smoky Mountains, and that's not too far away. But
if you go to Dollywood, it's going to cost you $1,000. But if you just go into that place, I mean, the tickets are all these venues that you go to cost so much, and that's why people are backing down. They just can't do it.
I hope Dolly can give me some kind of discount.
She's not going to give you a discount.
Will she be there?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
But the bottom line is people cannot afford to do what they normally do because of the price of everything going up.
And that's exactly right.
So it's people are watching it.
Yes.
I drive through today. I go through. I'm like, I got a modest meal. It was $15, $16, where it used to be $8 or $9. That hits everybody. Rent's high. We've talked about it. We could harp on it forever.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing is cheap anymore.
No.
All right. But we're going to shift gears now and talk local. Bo, you were at a meeting where our Senior Citizen Center was discussed, and there's some proposals and some possible changes taking place within our Senior Citizen Center. Tell us kind of where that is and what's happened to the Senior Citizen Center.
Well, the Senior Citizen Center is I don't know if anybody knows where it's located. It's kind of off the beaten path. It's on J.G. Helton Drive, which is, if you've gone to Shelbyville Central High School, it's going to the vocational center. It's on that road close to the high school. The
backside of the vocational school.
Backside, and it's a nice building. It's a really nice building.
On the right.
On the right, if you're going towards
Okay, and Mr. Helton used to be the administrator / principal of the vocational school.
That's exactly right.
And that's the reason that name is.
That's where I had heard the name, but I didn't know where J.G. Helton Drive was.
That's Mr.
And
Helton.
That's where it is, because it's not a well-traveled drive. But that's where our senior citizens, their home base is, you want to say. And let me tell you, it is a very, very nice building that they have there. This is a brick building. This is a large building. This is it's equipped with a commercial-sized kitchen. It's got a pool room area. It's got classrooms. It's got a digital, like a computer lab. It is awesome, but it's not being utilized. It is not being utilized. That's just one of the tip of, and that's one of the things that the I think it was the director of the senior citizens came before the city, a few city council members, just to, I guess, to see what the next plan is. I think there's some maintenance issues going on with the current building they have. They have been reached out, I think, on an owner to purchase the land, and they're wondering if they need to go ahead with that or what to do. They don't really know their next step forward, but they talked about building a new place, getting a lot and building a new senior citizen.
But what have we got now out there? It's a pretty nice facility.
It's very nice. It's close to 10,000 square feet. I did an appraisal of it not too long ago. It's very nice. It's probably 20, 25 years old. It could use some maintenance. It's had some deferred maintenance, especially in the last 5 years. And look, COVID hit it hard. It really did. But they've never had a chance to rebound from that. And what they're wanting is to kind of, maybe if somebody wants to buy it, to sell it and then to relocate to a new, and maybe build a new building or find an existing building, which there's no existing out there. So they came to the city to ask kind of what to do, talk about a plan. And I think the city kind of came back and said, well, you give us numbers and we'll see. But I think in the meantime, it's kind of, my opinion is they've got a nice place there. And if you hadn't been there, go by and check it out. It's a very nice facility. It's got a large yard. It's got plenty of parking, a covered patio, a nice back area, but it's been forgotten. I think that our seniors after the COVID, it's just been hard for them to rebound. It's not that they don't work hard there, and it's not that they don't have attention to it. It's just gotten out of their hands, and it's time for it's a community project.
Right. This should be.
It needs to be.
I think that the entire community has to rally. This is not a government issue.
I don't think it is.
I think our government should hand this over to the community and let the community pick it up.
But our government is listening, and our government is not just saying, they're looking at it on a way, and maybe their idea is to do something, or it might be to advise them to maybe pick to fix what they have and to have an aggressive advertising campaign to push it out for the seniors.
Here's what I think, and I would advise and tell whoever decides this, whether it be city council or whoever sits in the room and decides, say, look, we've got our work, government has our work cut out for us, which is keeping the roads good, law enforcement, putting out fires, trash pickup, and those services that are associated with maintaining our city infrastructure.
Amen.
That's the bottom line.
We've mentioned it.
This senior citizens activities should be done from the community, from within the community.
Yes.
So if the city owns this property, the city should hand this over and say, this is y'all.
Yes. I think
start a board, then get this plan you're talking about in place.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, it would be in the millions of dollars to acquire and then to build a nice facility, which would be great. I mean, we love our seniors.
You already got a multi-million-dollar facility.
They already have it. They have it. They have it, and it's nice. And I get it, wanting to be maybe out closer to or more center of the community, but you're close to Central High School. It's just that I don't think, and I don't know if it's no fault of their own. Nobody knows where it's at.
I think you're an advantage out there because the traffic is not as bad. I don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to drive out on North Main.
I don't think
or here in the middle of town.
I agree.
That's a good spot to be because you don't have to fight the traffic.
That's exactly right, David. And I think that's. I just think that really it needs a reboot. It needs a reboot, and not a reboot of whoever's running it right now. It needs a reboot from the community. Like we need to know about. We need to get together and we need to promote and to have events at the seniors and get this thing and to show what it's got. I mean, I'm telling you, it's got like 3 pool tables in there. It's got classrooms, a lot of activities.
But it sounds like it's just inactive right now.
It's inactive from when I saw it, and that's what the lady that was speaking at the meeting yesterday said. And it was a great speech that she gave. It was a great tearful speech. You can tell the people that are on the board and that run the place, they have the heart for the seniors.
Sounds like to me they just need help.
They need help. They do need help.
Maybe some churches can come around and start up in there and help.
I think it would be great, and maybe this conversation would lead somebody to go there.
Let's pause now, and I want to recognize our sponsors.
Yes.
Norris Plumbing, which here local, multi-generational business. They can handle all your plumbing needs. Let's pause. We're going to hear from them. We're going to come back and talk to some of you guys that have posted and kind of respond to some of those things. We'll be right back.
Norris Plumbing, your go-to source for licensed and insured plumbing services. Emergency services when you need it. Norris Plumbing. Call us at 931-703-5915.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back in here to Real Talk. We're going to talk about some of the things that y'all posted. We were on tariffs a little earlier. Harold McAnally, main purpose of tariff is made in the USA. Yes, and a lot of this stuff that Trump is doing, he has got some people, some companies saying we're going to invest in America.
Yes.
Well, write the check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Build the buildings. Then maybe you'll find a workforce and maybe you won't. Here's what we're up against, Bo and Mr. McAnally. I did some research and I talked to one of our importers that we import from, one of our exporters that we import from India. We get products made in India because their hourly rate is $1.40 per hour when you exchange the currencies. Okay.
Wow.
So nobody in the United States will work for $1.40 an hour.
No.
Okay. Now you say, what about the quality? Well, these people have a work ethic like you would not believe.
Yeah.
And their quality is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So then you look at the Chinese products and a lot of components. I talked with a Case Case knife company rep yesterday, and they just announced they're made in the United States, but they announced that they're going to have like a pretty good price increase come October the 1st. And I said, well, tariffs, y'all not getting your knives. You're making your knives in Bradford, Pennsylvania. He said, yeah, absolutely. We're making our knives. No, it's not Bradford, Pennsylvania. Maybe it's Titusville. Maybe it's New York. I can't remember, but it's up there. I always get confused. But they also make Zippo lighters. They're the Zippo family. All right. But they get brass and copper from Brazil. Well, you know what just happened to Brazil? Tariffs on brass and copper.
Well,
big time.
So
that
massive. Means
okay.
It means they're going up.
It's like they had to. That product. They get a lot of their handle components from China, India, Pakistan, South America. All of those components have tariffs on them. Can't be made in the United States. Could be, but the price would be 10 times more.
That's right.
Okay. The little buckles that we use, if it was made in the United States, would be 10 times more. We would not have a competitive edge at all. So getting back to made in America is going to take a process. It took a process coming out of the Great Depression and then starting to boom into the manufacturing part.
Yeah.
And we turned into a manufacturing juggernaut back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. We were manufacturing like crazy.
Made in USA.
All during World War II and all that. Man, we had factories going. And after the war, it kicked in. It's going to take a period of 30 years. I'm going to say 30 and not say 50 because we do have a little bit of a technological advantage. You're going to start to see automation come into our plants. I was watching a video yesterday, Bo, of a plant here in the United States that is building their bicycles. They make a high-end bicycle. You're not going to find their bicycles at Walmart. You're going to find them at high-end bicycle shops.
Oh, yeah.
And but they still get components from other places.
Yes.
They get their steel from here in Pennsylvania.
You're right. It's driving the initiative to create more technology so they can streamline these things because, we do need to produce these things. And I think that's going to happen, but there's just no way to get back to $1.50 an hour, David.
No, well, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to compete. So what we've got to do is figure out our automation, and it's going to take some time, but that means people are not going to be gaining jobs when you got a robot doing it. Okay. And that's what this bicycle shop, they've cut their employees down so they can compete somewhat, but they're still at the top side of the upper end of this. All right. So this whole article and this whole video was about the unfair advantage that other countries have with their labor costs. Our labor costs is through the roof because everybody wants a $500,000 house.
They protested themselves up to a minimum wage.
Yeah, and you can know what you say. Our labor unions have created higher wages, and that's a good thing, but it's not sustainable in the marketplace globally. So we're out on the outskirts of the global market. That's the reason we have to bring stuff in because we can't have our cheap stuff, Bo.
No.
If we're going to do this, that means you forget about your cheap toaster ovens.
Right.
You're going to have to build a fire in the backyard to toast your toast on because you ain't going to be able to afford a toaster because you can't build it in the United States.
No, there's no way. And I'm with Mr.
Oh,
McAnally.
you can, but nobody's going to buy it.
Nobody's going to buy it. You're going to have a $3,000.
All right, so
but I agree
it's going to be a process, and I think the tariffs have to be backed off, and we do it slowly instead of trying to do it in 15
It just seems
months,
overwhelming. It seems
I'll just be honest with you. You're going to see a lot of small businesses cave because they can't absorb the price increase and the lack of sales that the price increase happens.
Yes.
When your sales get cut in half because your price goes up and everybody's cutting back, you shut your doors.
And if the bigger ones can absorb just a little bit.
All right, so that's that. All right, then Connie Hasty says, we came home and ate tomatoes and crackers.
Good. I like it.
Crackers. What kind of crackers? Were they saltines or were they Ritz? I can't afford Ritz, Bo.
Ritz is for the ritzy people. That's why it's called Ritz.
Right. Okay.
But you can put a little bologna on there. That's the poor man's steak.
Saltines. Okay.
Okay, that's it.
And Diane Woodson, thank you for watching.
Yes.
All right. And then, let's see, Tyler Leverett comes in and says, I'll clean anything that needs it. Okay.
Yes, he will.
So I think we were talking about the center.
Yes.
Okay. When he commented. So I think he's pitching the possibility of going and cleaning the community, the senior citizen center.
And let me tell you.
Is that what you're trying to do, Tyler?
Tyler can do that. Tyler has done work on my house. He does a phenomenal job. He cleans. He does that. This gives opportunity to people in Shelbyville to help the community out.
Okay. And then Dylan Whitaker there is a senior citizen center ? Okay,
Yes, believe it or not.
behind the vocational school.
Yes, on
What's the name of the road?
J.G. Helton Drive or Boulevard.
You enter from Eagle Boulevard. You turn from Cooper Steel to the right on Eagle Boulevard,
going towards the high
and then
school.
you take a right.
That's right.
And then the senior citizen center is on the right.
On the right, it's a nice
10,000 square foot building.
It's brick. I'm telling y'all, this is nice. You wouldn't know. It used to be located on North Main Street. That building's gone now. They moved out here, and wow,
I know what we need to do. What do we need to do? We need between now and Christmas, because I always do this at Christmas. My family gets together and they play Rook.
Oh yeah, I love Rook.
All right,
I love me some.
Let's have a Rook tournament at the Senior Citizen Center and raise money to get this thing kicked back off. But won't you? You in charge of that?
I would. Yeah. Hey, if you say it, they will come.
Like that.
I would do that.
I
really
can
would.
remember when the Senior Citizen Center was up here on North Main Street, back when North Main Street wasn't bumper to bumper traffic, and you could get in and out.
Oh yeah.
There were people that would have Rook tournaments.
Oh yes.
They would have checker tournaments. They would have pool tournaments.
Yes.
And that place was full of people.
Oh, I'm down for it.
So whatever happened there, let's get back to that. And I don't qualify. Well, I guess I do qualify.
Well, I don't, but you know what? I'm gonna go use it. Can I use it?
No, you're too young, Bo.
Oh,
too young.
I can use
All
it.
right, but anyway.
No.
Yeah, and then Jeremy Leverett comes back and says, "Yes, sir." Okay,
that's
it.
So
we have a senior citizen center. Jeremy Leverett, not Jeremy. I keep calling him Jerry. Tyler Leverett wants to do some pressure washing out there and clean it up.
Yes.
All right, I'm hooking you up, Tyler.
You getting it?
Okay. Connie says this is an excellent idea. Connie, do you like to play Rook? Yes or no? Do you like to play Rook? Okay.
We can call it the real talk Rook.
Going back to Connie, and we are looking at the same situation. People are going to have to learn to work again. There you go. Here's the thing. You got people, and this drives me insane. These two words, I got a side gig.
Oh, yeah.
Or I got a hustle.
Yeah.
Okay, that tells me you're not committed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Because if you got a business, say I've got a business.
You got a business and I'm building it from the ground up.
That's right. If you're washing cars and you're doing it in your spare time, it's not a hustle. No. A hustle is where you're trying to take advantage of somebody and beat somebody out of money. Call it a dadgum business.
That's right.
Quit using this word hustle.
That's right. And if you be an honest person that does what you say, your business will thrive. It'll build and build and it'll build itself. I guarantee.
And Jeremy Tyler.
We're gonna call him Jeremy.
I'm gonna get your name right.
He calls
Tyler,
me Josh all the time.
I know. I call him Josh. So I'm old. I qualify for senior citizens. By the way, if you own a business, I qualify for senior citizens discount.
So do you want to put your photo on so when you walk through, you automatically they're like discount?
There should be some kind of barcode somewhere where I can scan it and say I get a discount.
You heard it here. He wants the discount.
I used to listen to this. I used to before I got to be a senior in my gray hair.
Yep.
I used to drive through a local place up here, Crystal, okay, and get 55-cent coffee because they said I was a senior. Uh-huh. Now I go through there and the discount just went away. I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah, they'll give you a discount. You got to pay $5 for it.
So Connie does like to play Rook. We know that.
I like the idea.
Okay, so Connie, you want in on this?
Rook night, real talk Rook. That's what it's called.
All right, so I think we got something going. Maybe
I'm cool. I mean, I'm serious about this. And if whatever it takes to stimulate that place, if it takes a Rook night, I'm down. Because there's a lot of people, as we've already seen, that don't know that we even had a senior citizen center.
Right.
That's got to change.
Yes.
That's got to change.
Yes. And COVID did a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we got on our knees and climbed under the bed and put our mask on, I didn't put a mask on. I refused to wear a stupid mask.
No mask.
When we did that, we ain't got up yet.
We hadn't. And
we're still on our knees.
And you know what? Sometimes there's some neighbors in our community or sections of people that need a little push.
Yep.
And maybe this is an opportunity for us to give a push.
Yep.
The seniors, we love our seniors.
Yeah, I will promote it as much as possible if we can find out who all's on that board.
Yes.
I think the city needs to get out of the way. The city government let this group with a bunch of volunteers drive home this, have some fundraisers.
Yes.
And you don't have to be 70 years old to get involved in this. If you're 40 years old, you can help with it.
Yeah,
so let's just everybody help.
I want to build it for a perfect, so it looks great for when I'm a senior. It's ready. It's perfectly ready. So all
right, Connie. So do I qualify? I got gray hair. Do you think I can get by with it? I don't know. What is it? I got my AARP stuff in the mail 7-8 years ago.
Yeah,
but I'm still like
Yeah,
don't get my senior discount. I'm gonna tell them. Connie.
You need to start raising more awareness of your seniority around here.
I don't.
You need to just go around and just make
they
people
just call
aware.
Me a crusty old man and ill and mad. And,
I like you. I call you friend.
So
I call you friend.
My grandkids call me Grumps.
Well,
because I'm grumpy.
They
say I'm grumpy.
It fits.
Okay, all right.
If it fits, wear it.
So I should get a discount, Bo.
You should. You should.
All right. So there's a project for you, Bo.
Yes.
No, honestly, all joking aside, I think it would be a good project for churches or anybody that just wants to help make awareness. Tell people that would consider seniors. Hey, there's stuff going on out here.
Yeah.
And then you got to have some stuff going on out there for the happen.
You do. But if you do have somebody senior around, go out, drive by, go in there. They're friendly people.
Yeah.
Go in there. Let's tell a friend about the senior system. That's your job for the day.
All right. Let's pause and let's hear again from Norris Plumbing, and we'll be right back to wind things down.
Please.
We'll be right back.
Norris Plumbing, your go-to source for licensed and insured plumbing services. Emergency services when you need it. Norris Plumbing. Call us at 931-703-5915.
Connie, you saying haven't you earned it?
Yes, you have earned it. You've earned your age.
Don't think Senior Citizen Center is overnight. Okay, that's a good point, Harold. Maybe we need to emphasize that we need to have opportunities at nighttime because, there's some seniors that still work. But they would love to get plugged in.
Yeah, that's
I can't go right now.
Yeah, no,
I'm supposedly working at this time. So
supposedly working. You are working.
That's a good point, Harold. Thanks for bringing that up, and that might be an idea to get things hopping.
Yeah,
because that could involve more people other than just seniors to help.
Yeah, no, and people need to understand the people. And I said this before. The people at the helm currently, their heart is in it. Like there were tears shed at this meeting. And I mean, the heart is in it. I just don't feel that the community is as aware as we should be.
All right, so I'm going to say this, and we're going to end on this note. Let's see. And this applies to a lot of things, and I'm not criticizing anybody, but Bo,
yes,
you know what Donald Trump said back in his first campaign, shortly after he came down that escalator, he made this statement: anything that the government touches turns to you know what?
Yes, and that's not.
And it comes in a pile.
It comes in a pile.
All right, so that applies on a lot of stuff. And I think when a community can get involved, instead of having the government do it, it's going to be a lot more effective and a lot less red tape and a lot less bureaucracy to get things done.
It will look like a pile of, and look more.
Exactly. So that's something to think about.
It is.
Guys, thanks for watching us. And we thank our sponsor, Norris Plumbing. And we saw Tyler Leverett selling his wares. He's one of our sponsors here on Shelbyville Now. Give Tyler a call.
Give him a call
for any pressure washing you need, and now's a good time to do it.
Hey, do it now. He will clean you up.
Get your driveway, get your sidewalk, get your gutters, get your siding,
get prepared for winter.
Your shutters, whatever it is you need. He's done some awesome work for me, and it was fantastic.
Check out
him a call.
Check him out. He's got pictures.
And we're gonna come back. Probably Monday.
Yeah, probably Monday. Stay tuned, though, for
in the meantime,
Saturday.
A weekend wrap-up show at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Myself and Josh will be here right after the sports show. Y'all have a great evening. See you then.
See you.